Good afternoon, Magic Tribe, and welcome to our Thursday live stream. I hope all of you are having a fantastic day. I'm Nina Diedrich, and this is Magic Mom Ministries, and obviously, I'm the Magic Mom. So, today we're going to throw around a little bit of truth, get a little bit of an update on what we're going to be looking forward to over the next few days. And we're going to, talk a little bit about how Mercury is going direct, probably right as I'm talking right now. What time is it? I think it was at like 11 o'clock this morning. So here real quick. Or maybe it was 7 o'clock this morning. So 10 a.m. Eastern time. Hello, Bridget, and hello, husband. I love you. So you're going to notice that the energies are starting to lighten up a little bit and things aren't quite as serious as they have been. Also, there's a few other planetary shifts going on, but you're going to have to actually consult an astrologer on that one because I have not done my homework on all of the astrological happenings yet. So I do know that there are some really big shifts going on, I think, with Jupiter and Uranus coming up soon, but I'm not positive on that. So don't kill the messenger if I'm wrong. So we are going to still be going through a little bit of a shadow period, or I guess what they call the pullback period. So this is the point where you pull back on the slingshot and it's suspended in air right before you let it go. You know, this is kind of where we're all sitting at the moment, and it's super fucking uncomfortable, right? I don't know about you guys, but I'm not super comfortable with where I'm sitting at the moment in a figurative sense. Because we know a lot of things are going to be shifting for all of us coming up, and but we're not quite sure what that is really going to mean, right? As we're shifting out of old processes and paradigms and dimensions, whatever you want to call them, into the new one, we don't really know what to expect out of that anymore, right? Because we're leveling up out of what we already know so we can experience what we don't. And as scary as that is, it's kind of like getting on the roller coaster and pulling that little thing down over your lap and going, all right, I'm strapped in. Let's go. Right? And you have that moment of panic right as it starts up, going, oh, I don't know if I can do this. And then it starts going, and it's really, really fun, right? And there's moments where you're like, holy shit, I think I might throw up. And then there's those moments where you're screaming your bloody head off because you're having so much fun, or you're laughing at the person who's on the journey with you, right? Because most of us don't go on roller coasters alone, right? And that's where our divine partners come in. And a lot of us are shifting out of old processes and paradigms to free the way for those new partners to come in, or to help to level up the relationship that you're already in. Our focus is starting to shift away from our own internal processes to how we're relating to other people. And it's being kind of shown to us in a myriad of forms, all the different triggers and things that we still have that we need to work through. And I know that's kind of vague, but we all have our own things that we need to work through right now, and they're mostly going to have to do with old family karma, past life things that we're still trying to work through. This is not going to be current conditions in our life that is actually coming up. Those are the triggers, but that's not the actual process of releasing. Hello, Ronnie, and welcome. And you're going to notice your synchronicity starting to amp up a little bit more now as we start moving into the middle of April, and especially after we get past this next new moon. When is it? I want to say it's on the 5th or the 7th. The 5th. Yeah. So the new moon in Aries on the 5th is really going to signify the kicking off point for a lot of these things. And Aries is kind of the start of the zodiac as well, too. So you're going to notice that your processes are starting to shift away from more internal workings into, well, now I really want to do something about this. And just make sure you're not jumping the gun as far as the doing goes, okay? The time between now and the next full moon is going to be really important for us to make sure all our ducks are in a row first. Making sure that we've let go of the old baggage and that we have fully embodied all of the aspects of our own souls through various soul retrieval processes in order to be able to actually even withstand the next level of energy. And there's a lot of outside factors that are also helping in that as well. But we need to maybe focus more on our own connections with source and less on our connections with other people as far as that goes. So make sure you're really staying centered in your highest vibration in all of your undertakings with other people. Because if you manage to, or if someone else manages to pull you down to their level, you have to kind of start all over again, right? So I'm going to pull from the Affirmators deck first, I think, this time. Pull a few cards and just see what has shifted. There we go. Options. So we have the options card, right? I love this one. So as I open to the abundant possibilities of my life, I'm reminded that I always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet, and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest without limiting thoughts like, you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. Well, why the fuck not? Maybe it's good. Have you tried it? Is now going to be your response instead of, oh, really, I can't? Now, we could probably do it twice and take pictures, But we're doing it in a more friendly manner, right? And a new sense of wonder. So when we come at our options from a sense of joy or friendliness, right? The options coming to us now feel less unsafe and a little bit more stable and friendly, right? They're starting to bring back a sense of childlike wonder in the miracles of life. How many little miracles have happened in your life lately, right? I'm sure you can count them. Hello, Sandra G. And that's kind of what we need to maybe focus more on. So when you're walking around with a smile on your face, you have a tendency to draw to you more smiling people, right? And if you're running around with resting bitch face, well, what's going to happen? More people having a bad day are going to show up, right? because that's a vibration you're sending out. And the universe doesn't know right or wrong, because right and wrong are relative, right? It just gives us more of what we're asking for. And we're asking for things with our energetic emotional vibration, right? Energy in motion is emotion, right? So, whenever I smile, I make someone's day better. What a cool way to buy happiness for free, right? Today, I'm going to remember what an awesome power I hold, and I'll take joy in improving lives simply by giving away grins like crazy. Now, in a pinch, money will also work. Because it's a wonderful thing to be in a state of wonder. And when I'm a good audience to my life becomes better and better theater. When something delightful happens, I can shout encore and be tickled when it happens again. When something maddening happens, I can laugh it off. Either way, I'm glad I got a ticket to the show. So it's only when we get sucked down into the whole life is shit and it's never going to get better and blah, 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 that life is shit and it doesn't get any better, right? When we look at it from a different perspective, say, I don't know, I bought a swimsuit online. It was clearly not meant for vertically challenged people like myself who have no torso. It looked really silly. I'm just going to give it to someone else, and laughed it off instead of being upset that I wasted $25 on something online. Or get pissed off about the guy that, cut me off and then slowed down and decided to go 35 and a 45. Yeah, I could get pissed off about it, or I could maybe slow down, look around, and maybe catch sight of that for rent sign over there that the universe was really trying to show me by the slowdown. Because, boy, are we looking for somewhere to live. How open you are to the options the universe is putting out there for you is really going to be key in whether or not you're manifesting what it is you really want in your life right now. What perspective are you putting to it? I can't believe all this shit always happens to me. Or, well, this is what happened. I wonder what's going to happen next. And return to a state of wonder. And remember that the universe is actually a friendly place. And it's not so scary after all. Except for when we let our fear take the lead. Because what is fear but false evidence appearing real, right? And nobody needs that negativity in their lives. Not anymore. We don't have to live in that sense of struggle. Just because things aren't perfect doesn't mean they aren't perfect for you. Are you letting your ego drive? Or are you letting your higher aspect drive? Remember, our ego doesn't really know anything about what's best for us. It's only repeating back to us and parroting back behavior that we've already gone through. But it can't experience something new. And that's where we're going now. Somewhere new. So, over the next few days, I really want you guys to really focus on the fact that the universe is presenting you with 1.5 billion options. You need a job. I drove down the street and literally saw 10 signs of people who are hiring. The options are out there. But are you looking in the right places, or do you have your blinders on? Tunnel vision is not going to get you where you want to go right now. Take them off. Let the light in. And realize that maybe you don't know what's best after all. And sometimes we need to jump in with both feet. And realize that maybe The universe does have our back. Speaking of which, let's pull a couple cards out of her deck, out of the Universe Has Your Back deck by Gabrielle Bernstein. And let's see what kind of energetic vibration we are bringing into this coming weekend. Ooh, nice. I love this card. Okay, so my capacity to tune in to the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I'm lost. Right? Let's get one more. Remember, I choose to learn through love. Okay? So, through being friendly to our environment and ourselves, maintaining our sense of wonder in life and all things, we realize we're being presented with 1.5 million options, and all we have to do is say, yeah, I really like that, or no, I really don't want that, and move on. We realize that choosing love tunes us in to what we need. You need to find compassion for somebody. You'll have the words to do it, right? Even if it's just for yourself. There's a big thing going on right now, too, about forgiving ourselves for our pasts. Guilt is a completely unnecessary emotion. Because all you're doing is carrying on that particular process, right? You feel guilty, therefore you do something to try and make up for that guilt and then perpetuate the process all over again by either doing or not doing it, and then feeling guilty for doing it or feeling guilty for not doing it. And it's just a continuous cycle of perpetual guilt. And nobody needs that. We make wrong choices sometimes because we need to know what the other option is. When you are love, sometimes you need to experience things that are not love so that you can be reminded what you really are. Sometimes we dabble in the dark side just so we have a moral compass. And then we need to stop beating ourselves over the head about it. Yeah, I made a bad decision once, but I'm not going to do it again. Right? Unless, of course, you're going to do it again, in which case you really need to, take a sit down and figure out what your priorities to yourself are. Dishonesty isn't one of them anymore. Let's get one more card from the Universe Has Your Back. This one just, a reminder for going into the new week. The universe works fast when I'm having fun, right? Laughter is going to be the key to get through all of the negative emotions. But remember, those negative emotions are only there so that you have a compass to realize that you're going in the wrong direction and that you need to make a detour, right? And maybe choose another one. But life is all about choices. None of us are helpless in this. We all have a choice all the time. Ask for help or don't ask for help. Be miserable or don't be miserable. Be happy, be sad, be whatever. And you do the things because of what you're being, So, what are you being? And then, what are you going to do about it? I am going to be looking a little bit closer at the options around me with more of a childlike sense of wonder. Because I choose to learn through love, and struggle has no place in this new paradigm. So, for me at Magic Mom Ministries, remember, we love, appreciate, and are in full support of every single one of you. Thank you for joining me yet again. And no, I've been there once too, and it's not always going to be as bad as it looks right now. It always gets better. Remember that. You've survived 100% of everything that life has thrown at you so far, and I have complete and utter faith you'll continue to do so as long as you make that choice. So, bye for now, and I'll see all of you tomorrow. I think I'm going to start coming on at 7 a.m. again, Pacific Standard Time. So, I love all of you too, just because it's a little bit easier. So tomorrow we will be doing Free Card Friday. So make sure you tune in at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to join me and get a free card pulled. Also, I'm doing a special right now for those of you who make donations over $20. I'm going to give you a free one question video. So normally those are $111. So I think that's a pretty good deal. But that's only going to be for April. So make sure you hit me up at magicmomministries@gmail.com if you're interested in that, or just shoot a thing to the PayPal link below, and I'll see all of you tomorrow for Free Card Friday. Bye now. Remember, be good.